Good morning and welcome to the SSE SWALEC in Cardiff on a glorious sunny morning. The gates are open and we're here for day 2 of the Ashes test between England and Australia. Yesterday England clocked up 343 for 7 thanks to a fantastic century from Joe Root. As always, we're going to go behind the scenes as we put together Glamorgan's Ashes video diary. James, head teacher at St Joseph's Primary School in Colwyn Bay. We caught up with you earlier this year when we brought the Investec Ashes trophy to the school. How have your preparations been leading up to the Ashes?
Yeah, we've been really excited. We've been doing some work making a video. We researched all the best events of the Ashes, including the event here with Monty and Jimmy getting the draw. And then we tried to reenact those things, and we had a vote about which bits were best, and kids then enjoyed putting the videos together and so on. Yeah.
And of course, aside from the curriculum stuff, I know there's a lot of keen cricketers at the school. I remember Steve Watkin, Glamorgan coach, was down there doing a session. How's your cricket season been?
Yeah, we've done all right. We've for the second year running, we've won the Colwyn area, which is our local area competition, and we've won the county one. We got through to North Wales finals. Didn't quite get the result, but we're hoping a bit of inspiration here today. Next year we win it.
And obviously you guys are going to be doing the Guard of Honour, but what else are you going to be doing this lunchtime?
We're going to be playing a game on the field, on the cricket pitch.
Great stuff. So are you a batsman or a bowler?
I say I'm a bowler.
Bowler, so you're going to look to take a wicket and then get a cheer from the crowd? And what about yourself, batsman or bowler?
I'm a bowler as well.
Okay, so we're looking for low scores and wickets this lunchtime. We'll look out for that, boys. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the pitch.
Yeah. Thanks.
Steve, thanks for joining us. I know we're doing signed copies of your book this lunchtime, entitled The Art of Centuries, and obviously a special century yesterday from Mr Joe Root.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best Ashes centuries I've seen, actually. Doing a bit of rugby reporting now rather than cricket, and I'm coming back to see the cricket here and to see how much Joe Root's come on in the last couple of years. For someone who was dropped at the end of the last Ashes down under, his game has come on massively. I think he's averaged 85 since then. So yeah, it was a superb century.
Obviously you've moved on to a bit of rugby now, but 6 years ago you were in the same spot up in the media centre here. What's changed over the last 6 years since that famous test of 2009?
Yeah, I mean, to be here and report on an Ashes test in 2009 was remarkable, really. When I was playing, it was never something we'd have ever dreamt of. It's a bit of a ramshackle ground here, the pavilion on the other side of the ground. It was a bit of a dump, to be honest. It was a lovely ground, very homely, but the thought of there being a test match here one day was a distant dream. So yeah, to be here last time was superb. I'm not sure that much has changed since the last time. I mean, it was an excellent test match. I mean, Glamorgan's aim then was for it to be a really hospitable test, and they certainly looked after everybody very well then, and they're certainly doing that at this test match too.
James Sherrill, welcome to the SSE SWALEC. Lovely to have you here, and thank you for bringing the Australian weather with you.
Yeah, well, it's just like from home. It's perfect.
I understand in your Ashes tour pack you had a jacket that came in use yesterday.
Very much so. Didn't know why we needed it, but found out very quickly yesterday. Very cold.
I think they're taking the mickey out of us a little bit, the tour company there, by providing it's a very thick jacket actually. Okay, so you've been in the UK. You were here yesterday. What do you make of the state of the game at the moment? I heard Mitchell Johnson was going to be the star, but I didn't see a great deal yesterday. Are you worried about him?
Well, I don't think it's his sort of pitch. It's very slow, and he likes a bit of juice in the pitch to get that bounce and a bit more fire in it. But in actual fact, Joe Root batted beautifully. So the only thing you rue is could they have taken that catch when he's 2 balls in? But yeah, he played perfectly. Great technique. Used the crease really well. He batted well.
Cheryl, with that catch where Joe Root was dropped on 0, would you have taken that catch yourself?
Sure, yes.
Andrew Lawrence, great to have you at the SSE SWALEC. Pretty good sporting week for you guys so far with the Maroons' victory in State of Origin. Obviously you guys from Brisbane. Is that going to continue this week, do you think?
Oh, I think it'll be fantastic. We get 3 wickets today, then we're on the run for some chase whatever the England set us today.
How many runs are you going to give us for the loss of those 3 wickets, do you think?
Oh, I think there's another 70 or 80 in it yet for you blokes. Yep.
And
here we go.
You'd be happy coming in with that. Obviously a lot of firepower at the top of the Australian order. Mr Warner we know all too well. Is he going to be firing this time round?
Well, it's his time to do so, and I believe that he'll on a good wicket today. He'll be there. Give him anything short.
Yeah, he likes these boundaries. These are good size for him. He'll hit them a long way back.
Okay, lunchtime on day 2. Matt and Andrew, thanks for joining us. Matt, I know the reveal normally comes at the end of a movie, but I'm probably going to have to ask you to come off now.
Come on, Matt.
There we go.
Yeah, it is. A bit hot in there.
It is. Yeah, pretty hot.
So tell me about the idea behind the costumes today.
Well, we thought that you're at cricket, you see it on the telly, you thought why not get involved. So we thought might get on the telly, got on the Glamorgan website, so why not?
It's hot and that might suit the Australian cricketers a little bit more than the English cricketers. How do you think Warner and Rogers might do out there this afternoon?
Oh no, looking good so far. Very composed. It's a bit interesting because Warner normally comes out of the box hard, but he's obviously making an effort to be constrained. So I think that's a positive sign for the Australians that want to bat for the long term. That's terrific.
Okay, so England's bowling attack. Which of the English bowlers is it that you really fear when they get the ball in their hand? Is it still Anderson or Broad or one of the newer guys in the team?
Haven't seen much of Woods, so I'm interested to see how he goes. Apparently he bowls like 145 off like a 10-step run, so yeah, interested to see how he goes. He'd be the one for me. What do you reckon? Mo and Ali?
For me, it's definitely James Anderson. If he swings the ball, I think that's the most dangerous sign for the Australians.
Once the cricket's done tonight, obviously sun goes down. Are you going to head out into Cardiff for the evening? We have a walkabout bar, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah, we went there last night. It was alright, it was interesting, yeah.
Robert, great to catch up with you. I know you've done 2 Q&As, both lunchtime and tea today. What sort of questions are the England fans asking you this afternoon?
Well, basically, who's going to win? How are we going to get 20 wickets? Were we happy with the total that we had? That was the major questions that came through to me. I think England had done very well to get to 430 because they did have tricky start to their innings, 43 for 3, but the recovery was superb. I love the way that the middle order batted as well as obviously Joe Root. With the ball, it's been a bit more of a struggle. They were a little bit unlucky with the new ball, I thought. They bowled well enough, beat the bat a lot, had a couple of decisions turned down which could have gone either way. But they're now going to have to find a plan B, which is when the sun is out, the flat pitch, they've got to bowl really straight and hold a good length.
Bobby, you've been running around the ground probably more than anyone this week. I know you've had a few media commitments, you've been in the hospitality boxes, you've obviously been down here in the fan zone as well. Glamorgan man through and through, how do you think the test is going, apart from the obvious, but it's a beautiful sunny day today?
Do you know what I've felt is the genuine happiness and relaxed atmosphere. That's when I'm walking around and just chatting to people and looking at people's faces. All they talk about is how friendly an environment it is, walking up from the station or through the park into the SSE SWALEC. You know, that's something I've picked up on. There's a lot of knowledge here where people that come here. It's not a case of just coming to the cricket. People you see here tend to really be able to study the game. And the other thing I'm seeing is a lot of children. You know, I'm seeing a whole lot of children that are being brought here by parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles. And from a coach's point of view, looking forward, you often need something to ignite that interest in playing the game. And I think this is something that we've got to build off and use this as a legacy for Glamorgan.
Okay, Sam and Joe, welcome to Cardiff, all the way from sunny South Africa. But you're wearing England kit, so you've chosen to support England here rather than Australia, have you?
Yeah,
Okay, so why is that?
because we were born here in England.
Oh, good stuff. So you're born in England, and whereabouts in South Africa are you living?
Port Elizabeth.
So you must know a certain Mr. Wayne Parnell.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wayne Parnell was at Glamorgan this season for T20, really good bowler, we really liked having him here. How are you finding the match today? Which England players have impressed you so far?
Jimmy Anderson and Ben Stokes and Stuart Broad. And Warren Ali. Yeah.
I've just got a really important question for you guys. If South Africa were playing England today, who do you think would win? Or South Africa were playing Australia, who do you think would win?
South Africa.